We gonna record and we gonna get it in. Probably got some shit not to. Oh well. We all know the saying, it's been around for a very long time. Like fine wine, all things get better with time. But BMX icon Nigel Sylvester and Nike took that saying and just catapulted that thing to a whole nother level within the sneaker realm. And we're going to talk about these sneakers in just a minute, man. The Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low OG, better with time. I can't do that. Let's talk about it, my people.
B1 Fresh.
What's happening, Captain? What is going on, my people? It is your boy, KC Soulful Sensei, back again, another sneaker. I got some heat, man. But before we get into these sneakers right here, my people, you can also follow me over on IG at Soulful_Sensei. Each and every single day, I am posting something sneaker related and fragrance related. So if you're interested in any of those two topics, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video and don't forget to engage with the page. But the focus on this video right here, obviously, are these suckers right here, man. The Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low OG, Nitro, aka Nitro. Them better with time things. And we're gonna get into the details of this sneakers, and we're gonna get into the cultural relevance and all things Nigel into this video. But before we get into that right there, y'all, I have been copping some sneakers, man. I got a couple of pairs I want to talk to y'all about real quick. We all know that the shattered backboards released. If you look right above my shoulder right here, you can see them right there, man. I am steady copping shattered backboards. Bam. The shattered backboards released on August 23rd. And this release, it went all right, y'all. You know, we had a lot of pairs sitting, but such a cultural significant sneaker within the sneaker community. Even though the original pair dropped in 2015, the story behind these, the jersey that Jordan wore during that exhibition game overseas when he shattered the backboard in 1985, and also when that pair, the 2015 pair, the original pair released, the leather on that sucker was just so clean. Every other sneaker that released, every other Jordan 1, everything leather was compared to that sneaker. And that's what brings me to the Nigel Sylvesters, because the leathers on this, when we get into that, y'all, let's just say we can compare those, the leather to the 2015 of the shattered backboards. But you know what time it is, man. Your boy copped them. Such a clean pair. And I can't go without saying that the leather on here is premium. Regardless of the fact, it may not be as buttery as it was 10 years ago from that original pair, but the leather on this 2025 pair of the shattered backboards are fire. So had to get these into the collection. So there we have it. And got one more sneaker I want to talk about, which is an early release. Well, actually, two more sneakers. Give me a second. I want to know if anybody are interested in the Nike Air Force One, them Invisible Woman 2.0s, man. These are set to release on September 1st at select retailers, and I think they're supposed to release on sneakers as well. But the reason why I copped this sneaker is because it brings me back to the early 2000s. We know when the original pair released, there were a lot of fugazi pairs of the clear Air Force Ones. They had so many colorways flooding the school, man. Shout out to one of my cousins. I'm not gonna say his name. He had a bunch of those pairs. Most notably that highlighter yellow pair. But keeping things moving, man. The last sneaker before we get into them Nigel Sylvester things, man. Bam. The Nike Diamond Turf. Them emerald things, man. I've said it so many times, man. I am a Deion Sanders prime time fan, man. My GOAT DB. And the details on here are crazy. We got the Diamond Turf emblem on the back, obviously. You know, Diamond Turf on the tongue with the numbers, the gold netting, the emerald accents. Just a fire sneaker, man. And we got a nice little, what is that, Nubuck, Durabuck patch on the back with the gold Nike Air branded, but so many sneakers that have released all August, and then moving into September, we got so many fire sneakers, man. The Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1, them BMX things, man, better with time. Paying homage to that friends and family pair from 2022, that high top. If you know, you know. And Nigel Sylvester, it has not been a slouch in the sneaker game. And since 2017, with that original high top Air Jordan 1, that cell colorway that is highly, highly underrated in my opinion. Then we had a couple of Air Force Ones that he released. We had the noise cancellation pack. We had the Grandma's driveway pack, the green and the blue. I mean, the green and the gray. I actually got the gray pair. I'm not even gonna fetch them for you. Of the Air Jordan 4 RMs when they rolled that new silhouette out. And just earlier this year, probably a lot of y'all sneaker of the year, them brick by brick forward. Nigel is not slowing down, man. No breaks, pun intended. Another one, the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 low. Better with times. I done rambled off enough, man. Let's jump into these things. Let's get these things under the light and talk about these in detail. Let's go. Like I said, my people, Nigel Sylvester is no newbie when it comes to sneakers. There was a friends and family Air Jordan 1 High Retro OG, them nitro things, which was a black, direct relation to this low tooling, this better with time colorway here. And that one, like I said, was a friends and family pair, extremely, extremely limited. Nigel has been putting out so many sneakers. Every time he's put out a sneaker, the rollouts have been crazy, just like with this one. But moving into the box presentation, as you see here right off the bat, Bike Air on the box, written throughout, mixed in with the Nike. We got Bike Air and Nike written throughout. And then the size label reads Air Jordan 1 Retro OG Nitro Black Muslin Varsity Red. I did go half size down because Air Jordan 1 lows, I can go true to size. But when I was getting my pairs, my size 11 pretty much was gone. So I went half size down. I got a 10.5. Inside the box, on the inside of the lid, right here, right off the bat, and I just did a hand drawing of a BMX bike. And it's a neat little touch for us collectors to keep the box, because we live in an era where drop boxes are the thing, you know, displays and things of that nature. But I keep all my boxes within my collection. So then we got a little stamp right there, and nothing's on the inside, basic old paper that the sneakers come wrapped in. But moving on to the sneakers, my people, the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low Retro, them better with time things, because we had the undefeated 4s, the steel 10s with the toe cap, the Awake 5s dropped alongside bunch of sneakers. What else? The French Blue 12s. Man, just so many sneakers dropped for the entire month of August. But the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low is one of them ones with the collabs. We're gonna call August the month of collabs. Undefeated 4s, Awake 5s, Nigel Sylvester 1s. Let's just call it the month of collabs so far. But moving on to the outsole right here, zooming in, my people. Standout pre-weathered varsity red rubber base outsole. Normal Jordan traction pattern. The pre-distressed here that gives off Nigel Sylvester's BMX lifestyle. And it just gives off the aesthetic that sneakers are meant to be: rolled, driven, beat, whatever you want to call it. Outsole is distressed. Moving over to the midsole, keeping that vintage, distressed, worn-in vibe. We got the Air Jordan 1 Cell midsole right there, that rubber cup midsole that wraps that encapsulated air cushioning unit. And like I said again, it gives that muslin, pre-distressed, better with time theme, reflecting Nigel's break-free wear. And then moving into the upper, y'all, is where, like most sneakers, is where it speaks the most, man. Pre-distressed, premium black, premium, did I say premium leather, man? And this leather compared, I think, let's just say Travis Scott's, because the Travis Scott sneakers have been getting a lot of premium leather. But right here is so nice, man. It's buttery, it's soft to touch, it's, tumbled, and it's just so clean. I can just see that these sneakers will wear well, man. But moving in, as you can see, no two sneakers are pretty much the same is what I've been hearing, man. We got pre-distressed scuffs that pretty much ties in the whole break-free BMX wear of style that Nigel when he is riding his bikes, man. And then the lateral swoosh right here, that logo, and then the wings logo will remove. It's not stitched. You'll see this swoosh is another material, but on the lateral side of each sneaker, you'll see that that is removed, and it's kind of like a drawn in swoosh with some rivets. Has a 3M reflective little outline, and you can also find that on the heel with the Air Jordan wings logo, and that's a neat little touch. Then moving over to the tongue, we got the sail tongue with the Bike Air branding right there, sail laces, and we do get an extra set of laces, 2 extra sets of laces. We get university red or varsity red and a black pair as well. Moving over to the insole, let's see right here, each insole is different. On the right sneaker, we got Bike Air in that sail colorway, and on the left sneaker, as you can see right here, if I can get it out of here, man. Oh, got that tissue tree. We got Nigel Sylvester on the left sneaker, and I did try these on. You can see my sock must have been dirty right there. Bike Air on the right sneaker, Bike Air branding, Nigel Sylvester branding on the left sneaker. We're gonna get these in here. Take that tree out. And after we get these in here, keeping things inside the sneaker, moving in on each sneaker, inside of the sock liner, you can find Jordan Bike and Company, established 2007, giving a huge nod to the beginnings of Nigel Sylvester's career with Jordan and Nike. On each sneaker, you can find that stamped in there. And here's a fun fact, man. I mentioned this earlier. The Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low Better With Time is a direct relation to the family pair from 2022. If you can remember, that black pair was a high, and that one was called the Air Jordan 1 High OG Nitro. You can find that on the box label, like I mentioned earlier. And a neat little touch, I like when Nike does this, the little swoosh on the toe box, man, on the little mud guard or the toe box. And it's in that sail colorway and distressed vibe, just ties it into that BMX break-free type of ride that Nigel is known for. But the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low OG, them better with time things are tough. Don't shoot the messenger. One of my favorite sayings, man. I read on social media that, I forget, or whoever it was, man, they said that had this been a normal general release, this sneaker would sit. And probably so. But given the fact that Nigel has his co-branding on here and his touch with the pre-age, it just gives it its own signature, man. These sneakers are tough, man. They brought back the undefeated force earlier this month, man. And we the 5 boroughs with the Awake Air Jordan 5, that pink bubblegum pair. I did hit on EQL on that one, and I will be going for the black pair on sneakers. But the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low Retro Nitro, aka better with time things, man, or fire. That's my review, people. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about these, man. They sold out pretty much everywhere. And I saw on aftermarket sites that the prices were kind of up and down. But I'm KC Soulful Sensei, and make sure you stay fresh, stay fragrant, and most importantly, keep that heat on feet. Peace.